Hi, and welcome to GIS Day, and welcome to this first workshop, How to Create a Story Map. My name is Sue Borchert, and I am a PhD student in the Geography Department here at UWM. First, for this workshop, I'm going to go through a sample story map that I created for a local nonprofit. Then we're going to go through step-by-step instructions on how to create your own story map. I will go fairly fast, but don't worry, we're going to have plenty of time for questions as you work through the exercise after we finish. And for your information, we will be recording this workshop, so it's going to be available for you to go through, and in case you missed anything, you can go through the recording. So let's get started. First, I'm going to look at, like I said, a story map that I created for a local nonprofit. And this is the first page. It's called Returning the Sturgeon to the Milwaukee River in Wisconsin. And like I said, this is the landing page, and we just start with the little arrow, and we just scroll through, and it talks about history of sturgeon, sturgeon reproduction, sturgeon habitat. So you can see you can put a lot of information into these maps and keep adding on to them to give your audience, to tell your audience your story. Here we have a map. You can see the yellow dot and the green triangles. And then on the side here, it says you can click the yellow dots for more information or click the green triangles. And you see we do that, and we have pop-ups and the green triangles. So I'll show you how to do this. We zoom in on an area, and this shows the Sturgeon Project. We're near the village of Newburgh in northern Ozaukee County, and shows where the site is where they are raising these little sturgeon. And the eggs were collected near Shawano, and again the map here, Shawano, shows on the map. And then in the fall, when the sturgeon are large enough, you can see a picture here, there is a sturgeon fest in Milwaukee where the sturgeons are released into Lake Michigan. And as we scroll through, we see more information on Sturgeon Fest, where it's located, what there is to do, programs for the kids, including rock climbing, and that is the end. So now that we've gone through an example, now we'll work on creating our own story map, and we'll go to Arcgis Online, and we'll sign in here. And if you are following along with the instruction sheets that I sent you, it will say open your Arcgis Online account and then go to step 2. If you do not have your own Arcgis Online account, the second one, starting from the second line down, shows you step-by-step instructions on how to get an Arcgis Online account. Hopefully you've gotten this information and set up your account already so you can follow along. So we'll go straight to logging in. And click sign in. And you should have your name up here in the corner. And now we can go to step 2. It says click map on the top ribbon. So here's the top ribbon, and we see map right here. So we're going to click on it. Next, in the upper left, click the Add drop-down. So upper left, here's the add drop down. You see the arrow here. We just click on that. Then click search for layers. Here we see search for layers right on the top. Click on that. Next, the My Content drop down and choose Arcgis Online. So here we see My Content. Click the drop down arrow, and we are going to search Arcgis Online for a map. Now, you may have a map in your content that you want to start a story map with. You may have some favorites, something in your groups. You could look for something in the Living Atlas. But just for this example, we're just going to search Arcgis Online. Then in the search for layers space, we're going to type UWM Campus Bicycle Parking and hit enter. So here's the search for layers. We're going to click on that. Now, since I've done this a couple of times, it already has UWM Campus Bicycle Parking for me, but you may have to type it in. So, like I said, type it in and hit enter. And I'm going to hit enter. And that brings me up with one single map. Now, if I want to add this map to the map here, I just hit the plus sign right here. So hit add. So if you do that, you should have a simple map that looks just like that. And now we're going to, here's the save button, we're going to save that map. Just click save. We're going to give our map a title. And we have to add some tags. You can write in a description of the map. This isn't necessary at this point. Tags are necessary. And then save in folder. So this should automatically populate. And then click Save Map. Now that we have our map saved, now we're going to share our map. So we're going to click on the Share tab. So right next to the Save is the Share tab. So we're going to click right there. Now, who are we going to share the map with? We're going to share it with the public, or share it with everyone. So we put a check mark there. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to create a web app. So that's what a story map is. It's a web app. So we click Create a Web App. So now in this pop-up, we can do several things, but what we're going to do is we're going to build a story map. So click on that. And in this example, we're going to do a story map journal. So that's what we're going to select. Now you may want to, after this, play around with the different types of story maps, but like I said, for this example, we'll just select that. We're going to click on Create a Web App right here. And again, we're going to complete the title, tags, and summary fields, and then click Done. Here's the title, Bike Parking 1. You can give it any title that you wish. This is what auto-filled, and I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to leave the same tags. See, summary is optional. You could type something in there if you wish. I'm going to save it in the same folder. And I'm going to share this app in the same way as the map to everyone. And then I'm going to click Done. Now the Map Journal Builder can either do a side panel where the information runs along the side, or a floating panel where it floats right here. And you can click View a Live Example to see examples of these two types of maps. In this case, I'm just going to take the side panel, the one that was automatically clicked, and I'm going to hit Start. Again, it asks you for what is the name of your map journal. I'm just going to leave Bike Parking 1, but type in anything that you think is appropriate. And then we're going to go to this arrow right here and click on that. So the first thing that we're going to do is, this is the main stage. This is that first panel that you see. We can select to start with a map, we can start with an image, a video, or a web page. We're going to start with a map. If we click this down arrow, we see that the first thing that pops up is that bike parking map that we just saved. We can use that, or we can find a different map or create a map, but we're going to use the one that we just saved, so we're going to click on that. Okay, on the location line, click on Custom Configuration. So we see the location line here, and we see Custom Configuration. And it loads the map. Now what happens here is, it brings up the map, but you can zoom in or zoom out to however you want to start this first panel. Do you want to start from a blow up? Do you want to start zoomed in? I want to start right here. Let me show a little bit of the lake and a little bit of the river. And I'm going to click Save Map Location when I'm satisfied with where I want the map to be showing for that first page. Then on the content line, click on Custom Configuration. So the next line is Content, hit Custom Configuration. And what this brings up is a map content. And right here it will show all the layers for this map. Unfortunately, the map that I chose only has one layer, but I can turn on and off that layer. If I click on there, now you do not see the bike parking, you just see the base map. So if there are several layers here, you can click them on and off and decide in this map view what layers do you want to show. Once you're satisfied, click Save Map Content. So the next line is the pop-up line. Again, it's Map Default or Custom Configuration. So we're going to click Custom Configuration. And if we click on any one of these parking areas, you see that the pop-up comes up. So like if you choose this one, you see that the pop-up covers up a lot of the parking spaces. But this one doesn't. So I like this one best. So this is how I want it to show on the first page. So once I have that satisfied with which pop-up I want to open, I will click Save the Pop-up Configuration. I'm going to skip the extras and the alternative text, and I'm going to click Next. In this area, we can add text that we wish to display in the side panel that supports the map and the layers that are showing. You can format using the text editing tools, you can add any links you have using the link button, and you can add any video clips you might have found using the video camera icon. So I'm going to type in here So I have that typed in there. I highlight it. I can say I want it centered. I can change the size. I can change the color. And like I said earlier, if I wanted to add video, I could do that here. I could add some links. But for now, this is just what I'm going to add. And I click Add. So here you see it's centered and it's red and it's on the side panel. And I could type a whole paragraph if I chose to. Now that I've got one page in, I am going to go to the upper right hand corner where it says story is public and then the save button. So I'm going to hit the save button to save what I've done so far. Now we want to add the next section. So we go down to the lower left hand corner and here it says add section. I'm going to click on that. And I'm going to go through the same things. I'm going to type in a new section title. So section titles right up here on the top. And I'm going to type in biking to campus. So this is the next page of our story map. And then we can again choose a map, an image, or a web page. And this time we're going to choose a video. So right here for video, I'm going to click right in that dot. And then the video that I chose is a YouTube video. So I'm going to click YouTube. And then I have to type in the entire URL for the video that I chose. So right in here, I will type in that URL. Okay, now that I got that all typed in, we're going to check and make sure that that is actually the video that I want and that I typed it in correct. So it says check right here. So I'm going to click check. And it comes up with a thumbnail. And yes, this is the video that I chose. So if it looks correct, I'm going to click select this video right here. Select this video, click on that. And choose the fill type. For this video, I'm going to choose fit. And then I'm going to click next. Again, we're going to add the text that we wish to display on the side panel that supports the map and the layers that are showing. Format the text using the tools and add any links. So what I'm going to type in is, although you bike is slow, So what I've typed is, although U-Bike is no longer available on campus, the Student Union Outdoor Pursuits does run a bike repair shop for students. See their website at, and this is where I'm going to add a link. So I click right up here, link, and type in the URL. And now I got it all typed in and hopefully correct. Looks like it. I'm going to hit OK. And you see it pops it in there and it's highlighted in blue. And I'm going to click Add. So now when I hover over that, you see the hand. So I'm assuming it's working. And we also have our video in here, and looks like everything's good. And again, I'm going to hit save. Now I'm going to add another section. And we're going to give this section a name, and I'm going to call this section Cycling Safety. So this is going to be our third page in our story map. And I can again choose to put a map, image, or website. And this time I'm going to choose to put a web page in here. So I'm going to click the dot next to web page. So right here, click that dot. And I'm going to type in the entire URL for the web page that I chose. And of course, this would go a lot faster if when you're planning to make your story map, you have these all on a Word doc where you can just cut and paste them, but I chose to do the hard way here and type them all individually. Oh, I can see I made a mistake. There. Hopefully that's it. I'm going to hit Configure. I'm going to again choose Fit, and I'm going to click Next. I'm again going to type in what I would like to add to the panel. Oops. I'm going to center that and make it bigger, and I'm going to make dark blue and hit add. So here we go, and here is a website, and we can scroll through the website. Pretty cool. And you can continue adding sections until you're complete. And we're going to save now. And we're going to see what our story looks like. So we can do that by clicking View Story. So we'll click. So this is how our story map looks. We see the bicycle parking area, we see our pop-up, and we see there are a lot of bike parking choices at UWM. And as we scroll with our mouse, we can go in and out. If we bring the mouse over here, sorry about that, we can hit, the home page, next page, so biking to campus, and we can watch video.
I'm Will Drury. I'm a biology and conservation double major, and I'm a senior, and I commute by bicycle. I do like biking to campus because it makes a 10-minute walk a 5-minute ride. 2 wheels, gears, pedals, and it gets a person around town. Every rotation of the pedal might turn the wheel 2 or 4 times, so then if you're going on a flat road or if you're going downhill, you can get a lot more distance and speed. You can borrow a bike for a semester through the U-Bike program, and that's how I really started getting into biking. I checked out a bike my freshman year and got into biking Milwaukee. I never thought I would need to bike anywhere, but it's just faster and it's a lot more fun than taking the bus.
And that was our video. Then we can go on to the next page. That was our cycling safety page, and it shows the website, and we can, like I said, scroll through the website. And that is our story map. So now what we're going to do is, we have the story map here. We are going to click off of that. And I'm just going to click this back arrow here to get out of the story map. And go back home. You see ArcGIS in the upper left-hand corner here. I'm just going to click that, and I'm going to go to the home. So now, say we're signing in again, we're going to go to content to see what our content is. And here's all my content. And you'll see up on the top here is Bike Parking 1 is a web mapping application. That is your story map. So if you click on that, if you put in a brief description, that would be right here. If you want to view the application, you'll go in the upper right hand corner here, view application. But what I want to do right now is I want to actually scroll down to the bottom of the page. And we see the URL here. If you click on the blue here, it says copy. You can copy this URL and you can then send that to other people. And send it to your family, send it to your friends, and say, here, check this out. I just made a story map. So we can view the application, and we are right back where we started. So that concludes how to make a story map. And now I will be available for questions.